welcome back, everybody. Ron here, and we're going to be doing bag C of the TT-01E Team Hahn Racing MAN TGS truck, and going to be a lot of fun. But I wanted to quickly give an intro as to which electronics are going to go in here. I talked about it briefly during the unboxing, I think, but I don't think I mentioned any specifics. So this is my radio. This is a RadioLink RC3S. Pretty inexpensive Chinese radio. They're about 50 bucks. It's got a great 10 model memory. All the features you'd want in a radio. It is a 4-channel radio, and the receivers are nice and small. If you want to compare it to a standard LiPo, there's the receiver. Super convenient. You can get a gyro receiver for these as well. I have one on another vehicle that I'll show some other time. But these receivers are like 15 bucks a pop on the outside. I've never had a single issue with these. I've got 8 models running this receiver, this radio. At this point, this is the 8th model, I should say. I did have an SCX-10 for a while that was running on here very briefly while I was building it, but it's back to 8 again with this one. No issues at all with this setup. I'll put the link to these in my in the YouTube notes down below. And this is the included Tamiya TBL-E02S. It's a censored, brushless, or brushed speed control. I think it's good down to, I can't remember whether it's 23 or 25 turn for brushed, and I believe it can go as low as 10.5 turns for brushless. Now, one thing about this is that it does not have low voltage control for LiPos. It is designed for Lifeys, which is more common in Japan. So even though it does say it has low voltage control, it is for Lifeys, and it will take a 2S battery all the way down to something like 4.9 volts before it shuts down, which will end a standard LiPo battery. So if you are going to run a LiPo, I highly recommend a low voltage alarm, basically, also known as a low voltage cutoff. Super cool. It makes a loud, annoying noise when the battery is getting too low. I'll do a quick demo for how this works. This is not a fully charged LiPo because I used it a little bit. But you take the balancing cord, and you're always going to plug it in. If you look, this will hold up to 8S on here. You're always going to plug it in as far left as you can, making sure that the red wire, or a red wire, is the inner wire. And then you're going to hear a beep, very loud. This tells me right here my current voltage, cell 1, cell 2. So my total voltage as well, I'll let it cycle through. All, 8.1, number 1, 4.06, number 2, 4.04. So that is my current voltage on this. And that beep that you heard when I plugged it in is kind of like the beep you're going to hear when it gets low, which I think is plenty loud enough if you're paying the least bit of attention when you're running your vehicle. So if you want to run a LiPo using one of these Tamiya speed controls, you definitely want to get a low voltage alert on there. This one's from Bias. This came with a 3S battery I bought a while back, and it's outlasted the battery, so pretty cool. I'll go ahead and unplug that there. Anyway, these are the electronics I'm going to be using. I should mention quickly, a lot of people might balk at this. This is a Traxxas 2075. This is the same servo you're going to find in a Traxxas Slash. I love these because you can get them for about 20 bucks. They've got a decent amount of strength. Traxxas includes them in all their vehicles. I've never had one go bad on me. If it does go bad, though, the rebuild kit for these is like $5, and you can get these constantly, $20 shipped on eBay, which is how I got this one. They're a really good deal, and like I said, even if the plastic gear strip, a rebuild kit's like $5. And I keep one in the house, so I can do it pretty quickly. And there's nothing wrong with being able to do a quick rebuild on a servo. That's a good skill to have. And also, you know, the bonus, this is a waterproof servo. So depending on what you're going to be doing, who knows. You might think about the speed on this not being great for on-road racing, but I'm not an on-road racer yet. I'm going to be really at a point where I think super speed on the wheel might actually hurt me. Put me to the wall if I'm not paying good enough attention. So I like that this is a slower speed servo. It's going to make up for some of my faults, I think, in driving. And when it's time for me to upgrade, this is a great servo that I can drop into a lot of vehicles and feel really confident that it's gonna work for me. So that's the electronic setup. Let's get to the actual build. Okay, so here it is. It is complete. I do have to finish the wiring and cleaning it up there. For this particular vehicle, for this truck, I'm not supposed to attach the transponder holder thing that goes here. But everything's together. As you can see, you've got double-sided tape holding in the TBLE 02. Servo here. Receiver gets attached to the servo also with double-sided tape. And pretty cool. I didn't make any major errors on this one, but this was a much easier section, I'd have to admit. In the next video, I will be showing off the body once it's complete, and I'll show you how this looks all wired up. The way I'm going to do it should be clean and such. I've also got the battery holder right here, which is pretty straightforward. Just goes on with a couple of clips. And one of the things I didn't mention earlier is the reason I showed the battery that I did, which is this one, is because it's a LiPo, but it has that stick pack without the squared edges shape to it, which helps with a lot of Tamiya vehicles if you want to run a LiPo. So this one is a Peak Power Max, and most of them that are 7.4 volt from this company are going to be this shape. It's also 45C, so it's actually packs a pretty good punch. Reedy Wolfpack, some of the lower ones also have this shape to them, but they're only 30C. The club that I'm going to be racing at does require that Wolfpack, so I'm going to have to pick one of those up before I start racing. And but anyway, the reason for the shape is so it'll fit a standard Tamiya type of a setup. But that's pretty much it there. I think that goes like that. Yeah. And then you've got a couple of clips that'll pop into place to hold the battery in. Pretty straightforward stuff. And now it looks a little more complete. Anyway, that's it for this one. We'll have a part 4, which, like I said, will be the body and the final look of the electronics. Please like and subscribe. I haven't said that yet in the video, so here it is. Like and subscribe. It looks like this is going to be a thing. I'm going to try to put out a video every Tuesday. That's my goal. It is my ultimate goal to put out videos Tuesdays and Fridays, but I don't think that's going to happen regularly before the holidays. I'm going to say videos on Tuesdays with potential bonus videos on Fridays. But there it goes. This is pretty good looking. I like these truck tires. It's going to be nice. Like and subscribe, like I said. Thanks for watching, and have a great one. Go out there and drive your cars.